Thursday, January 22nd. Oh my gosh. We're almost done with January already. The month of January is almost gone. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I feel like we just got into the month of January and here we are almost done with January. Alright, so I am protected. Okay. I don't know if I showed you guys or not, but this is called the Empath Protectant Ring. I'll post it in the, I'll post the information about the ring and the description about in this video, if you're interested. I got erupted like. I was eruptedly. No, that's not right. Anyway, I was jolted, there we go, awake by nature. So, unfortunately, you're going to hear a lot of TMIs on my channel because, like I said, I don't really have a filter. I'm not vulgar or nasty about things, but I share my condition because, well, that's for another day, but I share my condition, I share my disability, I share the information about my disease, I share a lot of things. So, but anyway, I was jolted awake this morning by Mother Nature. That's all I'll say. That's all I need to say, right? Okay. So, you know the drill by now if you've been paying attention and watching any of my videos. I do have to take my meds, and the time I woke up at, it was like 3:30ish. I woke up. It's 3:44 now. Okay. And today's video is going to be a little different. It's going to be open floor policy today. Okay. However, I am going to be asking Shanann to also come and hang out with us this morning. And because there's a couple questions I want to ask her. And I want to get her opinion on them. So yeah. And if we get an answer, I think that would be very, very interesting, to say the least. I'm trying not to make so much noise with these bottles because I know how loud they can sound on camera. And so I apologize, but I can't control how sound reacts to things. So and I also too want to take this time to, this channel is very new. I just opened it up last week, I think, and I've been working on it each day, whether it's posting a video or posting information. And I want to say thank you to the ones that have subscribed. I greatly appreciate you. And people are going to probably shrug their shoulders and their jaws are probably going to drop to the floor and all that good stuff. But I don't do these YouTube channels to get famous, to get popular or anything like that. Okay. Bobby watch. Don't roll over. Be careful. My one YouTube channel is my journey about my disability. And this one is about my gift. And I just do them because, number one, I like sharing. I like teaching. I like advocating. I like being people's support system. Even though I'm going through a really, really bumpy time in my life, but that's just my personality. I've always been a person who wants to fix, who wants to help, who wants to do. So I don't come out here to get popular and, You know, I want, and you know what? Kudos to all of you who have. I don't want to, unfortunately, I am unable to work. Okay. But even if I could work, I do not want to make YouTube my career. I'm just saying, you know, that's not why I'm here. Um, I do appreciate the subscribers because that allows me to get more subscribers that I can share my gift with. You know, I watch all these other content creators and they're absolutely genius. Okay, they're creative. Their content looks very well thought out. And then you have, you know, that's not why I'm here. Okay, that's not why I'm here. But don't get me wrong, I greatly appreciate you all. And I hope that you do share this information with your friends and family and that we do get more subscribers, because that just, when you get, for me, when I get more subscribers and more viewers, that means that I'm helping someone, that my message got through, that my teachings for that day got through, my advocacy for that day got through. Or maybe I just said something that you needed to really hear. That's what matters to me. Not popularity, to me, life is not a popularity contest. And I just don't, that's just not me. Okay. Y'all know I love my coffee cups. I love a good coffee mug. Oh, I'm going to show you this one. I think I still have a set, or this might be the only one I have left. Bubby, be still. Many years ago. I'm talking probably, well, let's see, my middle oldest, she's, well, all of my girls are in their 30s, but my middle oldest, when she was 5, so what, 25 years? My kitchen in my house had a cow theme to it. So my mom, every chance she would get, and I still do have some pieces left, not many, but every chance she would get, she would give me something cow related for my kitchen. Well, one year she got me a set of coffee mugs, and I think this is the only one I have left. I love coffee mugs. I have well over 25 different coffee mugs. So that should tell you how much I love coffee mugs. Coffee mugs, and I love my Elvis tumblers. Can never have enough tumblers or coffee mugs. Okay, you just can't. Every time my daughter and I go out, I buy coffee mugs, and she's like, "Mom," or I'll buy a new tumbler if I see a tumbler that I like. And she's like, "Mom, what are you doing?" I said, "What? Leave me alone. Why are you buying more coffee mugs? Why are you buying that tumbler? You already have, 4 or 5 different tumblers." I said, "Because I can." Don't question your mother. Okay, so I'm just getting comfortable taking my slippers off. All right. Now, like I said, I'm going to leave the floor open for anybody that wants to come through. And I know some of you might be thinking about something we've talked about, the Bluebird deck. I have not had the opportunity to. I do not want to go into this using these blindly. I want to be educated on them. I want to understand it before I use these, okay? And so I'm not, what did I say? No, I didn't say Siri. Goodbye. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna get this phone ready if it'll cooperate. Okay, anyway, thank you. Jeez, my fingers don't want to work today. So I'm going to get us onto, bring up the Spirit Talker. It's loading up. Okay. But yeah, I haven't turned it on yet. But I want to read these. I want to read on this more before I just go ahead and, dive in, so to speak. Okay. So like I said, it's an open floor, but putting on my protection and my boundary. Good morning, spirits. I am leaving the floor open for any true and good love and light spirit would like to come forward. I'm also asking that Shanann Rusak come forward. Part of my conversation is a question directed to Shanann, and I would really love to get her opinion on it. So I am opening the floor for you to come in and share your morning, your night, your evening, your afternoon. The floor is open for pure intention, true intention, love, light, conversation. All negativity is not permitted. You are not allowed, and you will not be tolerated. Only positivity is welcome here. Okay? Alright, so let's get this started. There's the ball going up and down. You know it's going to be spitting out something here. And this doesn't always have to talk. Like, I'm sure there's going to be moments where there's hardly anything that comes through, and that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly okay by me. All right. So, good morning, spirits. I have a question. I actually had a couple questions that are directed to Shanann Rusak. Witness. Oh my. Okay. Who am I speaking to? May I have a name? Witness. Were you a witness to something? Witness. It's weird that that's the first word that comes out, especially when I'm asking to speak with Shanann. And not just Shanann. I'm not focusing my energy on one individual today. But I do invite Shanann to come forward. Because I was watching one of my channels yesterday.
A doorway is open.
A doorway is open. A doorway is open, but that doorway is only good, true, pure. I was watching a channel yesterday, and this channel was watching a channel. You have a channel watching a channel watching a channel. And this channel apparently didn't like MLM. And Bobby Still Place. I kind of took, I mean, it's hard when you have been in sales and management and retail and all that for over 30 years not to feel a little bit not to take it a little bit personal when people start bashing the retail world or the sales world or the marketing world or the managing world, because I was in all of those, okay? And so it's kind of hard because, again, I did that for over 30 years, and that's what fed my family, and that's what put food on my table and paid my bills. So it's kind of hard not to take it a little personal when you have people that probably have never done it have such strong views or opinions about it. Anyway, I digress. So there was this person that was talking, and apparently she's anti-MLM book. Yes, I have books in my room. Book. What about a book? And she had, and I didn't watch it all. I probably didn't watch like the last 5 or 10 minutes of it because I just couldn't go on any longer. And it's no fault of the channel that was viewing her channel and putting their comments out there, because that's what they do. So I'm not bashing that channel by any means. I'm not bashing, I'm just giving my opinion, okay? And I'm being honest with you, I didn't watch all of it because I just couldn't. She was given her views on MLM and the Watts case all at the same time. I guess what she was trying to do was say that the company that Shanann worked so very hard with and for was the reasoning, or there are people saying that's the product was bad and that's what made Chris do what he did. There are people that are going betrayal. Yes, I'm so sorry to hear that. Who am I speaking with? There are people that believe that, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, because once you start going down on one, you gotta. So anyway, and she made it very clear her distaste for MLM, and I was thinking to myself, anyone in their right mind is going, yes, everyone's got their opinion about different companies and food and brands and this and the other, but I know that I just wanted to get Shanann's thoughts on what she had to say yesterday about the company that was able to provide for Shanann's family. People will talk about how, they give you tranquility. Can I have a name, please? It would be so nice if I had a name. People talk about, this MLM business over here, you can get a free trip if you reach a goal of,
my death was brutal.
My death was brutal. Oh my goodness, it's pretty dark, isn't it? It's very dark. Everything coming through is dark, dark, dark. No dark, please. I'm sorry I'm so sorry. But please, only pure intentions, only love, only light. Yes, you can share. Concern. Concern. I am concerned. I have concern for you. I have concern for anyone that's mistreated in the physical world or the spiritual world. But I would love to know who I'm speaking with so I can address you properly. Also, too, that I'm setting my boundaries, that any family of mine, please stay back. We are not making this personal. We are not making it a Tammy session. So my family, respect my boundaries, please. Thank you.
My name is Victoria.
My name is Victoria. Well, nice to meet you, Victoria. Welcome. Victoria, were you the one that was explaining your death to me? Are you the one that we've been talking to? Victoria, that's an older name. That's an older name. Victoria, what era are you from? Are you from the 1600s, 1700s, the 1800s, maybe the 1900s, or maybe within the past 25, 26 years? What era? Mavis.
Mavis.
Another old name. So I said, I feel like I don't get very many, and I don't get very many young spirits through my spirit talker. I attract all the older ones. Creativity. Mavis, creativity. Oh, nice to meet you, Mavis. How are you? So we have Victoria and Mavis. Creativity. Okay, so we have book and creativity, tranquility. So maybe they're talking about a book that they read. Maybe they're talking about their favorite book. I don't know who's the witness. I'm not sure if that was Victoria or if that's somebody else that was speaking. I don't know if it's Mavis that was speaking to us, because we got quite a few sentences and one-worded answers before we got a name. So I'm not quite sure who it was that was coming through in the beginning there. But I'm curious to know what Shanann, and it could have been Shanann saying creativity. Military. Mavis, were you in the military? I think maybe that was Mavis. My death was brutal. Bullet. Oh my gosh.
Bullet.
Okay. Can we have some positive, please? Positivity, please. And and I want to apologize. You guys are not being negative in a hurtful way. The story is just so dark that you're sharing, and I guess I'm so sorry. So Mavis, were you the one that was in the military? Were you the one that their death was brutal? So so far we got witness, a doorway is open, book, betrayal, tranquility, my death was brutal, concern, my name is Victoria, Mavis, creativity, military, and bullet. And some of these go very well together, where you could create a full sentence. Like I said, please don't mind the way I look this morning. I'm hideous. Like I said, you know, some spirits don't have the energy to create that full sentence at one time, so they're sharing words with you, and you are the one to make that sentence. Chaos. Well, I can assume that there probably was a lot of chaotic moments in the military, yes?
Door slammed.
Doors slammed. I feel like Mavis is telling us a story of his life. Doors slammed. Mavis, are you telling us what happened to you? Or this could even be Victoria. Who's speaking with me right now, please? Who is the one that said doors slammed? I feel like they're telling me a story. They're telling me, they're sharing with me what happened to them. But they don't have the energy, the full capacity to say it all in one sentence. Am I correct? Who am I speaking with, please? Is this Mavis? Mavis is such an old name. Like, yeah, Mavis is a very old Southern name. We're hiding.
We're hiding.
Please don't hide from me. I won't hurt you. I mean absolutely no harm. Nothing here is going to harm you or hurt you. Please don't hide. Please come out and tell me your name. And let me know if this is you that is speaking with me. Please don't hide. Please don't be afraid. I will not hurt. I will not cause any harm to no one. I promise you. Please. We are hiding, so more than one. I've only gotten 2 names, Mavis and Victoria. And they were back to back. It's like Victoria came through and introduced herself, and then after she was done, Mavis introduced himself. Now Mavis, I'm assuming it's a male. I feel like it's a male energy. Obviously, when I say Victoria, I get a very old money, meaning her family came from money. They were successful, and so she, again, I picture a huge home. It could be a manor. It could be like a Victorian style home. Now when I picture Victoria, she's not young, but she's not, I'm going to say she maybe in her 30s or 40s in age.
Optimism.
Optimism. Very quiet. I feel like everything that's come in so far this morning has been very matter of fact. Like, this is someone telling me their story. I don't know who. I feel like it could have been Mavis. Or maybe it's someone that's, my name is Iris.
My name is Iris.
Another old name. Well, hello, Iris. Nice to meet you as well. Another old name. Why do I get... I just had a flash in my head of sisters. Two women, Victoria era. I
You
feel...
see us.
Well, in a sense, yes, I can. I feel like Victoria and Iris are sisters. Charlie. Oh my goodness.
Charlie.
Hello, Charlie. Nice to meet you. But when Iris came through, I automatically... It was like, you know how you walk into a room and like there could be somebody off to the right of you, so you're not necessarily seeing them right away, but they're in the room. That's how I felt when Iris popped up. I seen Victoria standing there, and Iris was kind of like walking into the picture. So I feel like Iris and Victoria are sisters. Is that correct? Your sisters or your relation or something? I'm getting a really good mind's eye description of Victoria. Iris has not, she's there, but I haven't really seen her yet. But Victoria, I feel like she's about my height, 5 foot, maybe 3, maybe 5'6". Long Victorian style hoop dress. She's got her hair up in a twist bun type style thingy. Very prim, very matter of fact, very elegant. She's very elegant. Iris still has not come in the picture, but I can see her. She's there, but I can't. It's like knowing that somebody else is in the room with you. You don't necessarily have to see them to know they're there, kind of thing. Iris, I feel like Iris. Eugene. Oh my gosh, what's with all the names, guys? Well, good morning, Eugene. Nice to meet you. Eugene is another old name. A lot of old names. Mavis. I don't know if Mavis is a male or female, though. Mavis, I feel like, is a male. I get a male energy from that name, but I could be wrong. We have Victoria, Mavis, Charlie, Eugene, Iris. I don't know if I said that already. But we have Victoria, Mavis, Iris, Charlie, Eugene. Nice to meet you all.
Creativity.
As twice has come in. Yes, what about creativity? What do you mean? Are you saying that I am creative? Or are you talking about you or somebody else? It's hard when they're announcing themselves, that's one thing, but especially words like that, you don't know if they're asking you, because sometimes, and I've had it happen once, I think, or twice, possibly twice, but definitely once, and it was just the other day. It came through as a question form with a question mark at the end, and it very rarely will that happen. When that happens, you know you have a very well educated and old spirit that is familiar with the devices and knows how to use them, and you know they speak properly. But creativity, what do you mean by creativity, Eugene? Is this you with the creativity? Charlie, I feel like, is young spirit. I don't know why, I just got a flash of a young boy.
He has his eye on you.
He has his eye on you. Who am I speaking with, please? Who just said that to me? I'm protected. I am setting my boundary. I am protected. Who just said that to me? Who just said he has his eye on you? I feel like Charlie is a young spirit. That's the feeling I get when I look at Charlie's name. I get a young boy. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting. And Charlie is an old name, but when Charlie was in the physical world, they had a lot of struggles. They didn't have a lot of money. They didn't, so they struggled. So I feel like Charlie is a young boy, maybe in his preteens, 12, 13. But that's what I see when I say Charlie. I see a young boy, and they were very rich with love and happy, but they didn't have a lot of money. And I see him in almost like me.
Me.
I asked who said that, and they said me. I don't know who me is, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. We got one that's being stubborn. But I feel like Charlie implies. They're talking in sentences here. Implies. Okay, so back to Charlie. Like I said, I feel like Charlie's a younger boy. I see him in like overalls. I don't know if that was a thing back then. I know men wore suspenders, but for some reason I'm seeing him in overalls. But I'm getting him, I feel like he is the maybe mid to late 1800s, and maybe the beginning, but yeah, Charlie is.
You are peaceful.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So I feel like Charlie's a young boy. I feel like Charlie was full of energy. I don't know, when I think of Charlie, I see a young boy just kind of like running and skipping down the road, just being goofy. And so I feel like Charlie was a very happy little boy, even though his family, they did not have a lot of money. They had a lot of struggles, but they did it together, and I feel like Charlie was just very happy about that. He was content. So I feel like Charlie, Eugene, I feel like Eugene, oh, is Eugene and Charlie brothers? Or father, son, or I see Charlie. I feel like Eugene is an older, like, almost like a brother. I get a brotherly vibe off of Eugene's name. Eugene. Yeah, I feel like he knows Charlie. I don't know if he's a brother, an uncle, or he's not. I don't believe he's Charlie's father, but I do believe that they do know each other. When I see Eugene, though, Eugene seems more well-dressed. Gamble. My leg is starting to fall asleep. So I feel like maybe Eugene and Charlie were related. I feel like Iris and Victoria were sisters. Or are sisters. Mavis. I'm still stumped on Mavis. But when I say Mavis, I get a male energy. And Mavis is an old spirit.
You're very respectful.
Thank you. I try to be. And so are you. I want to say that. Thank you, spirits, for being respectful. I appreciate that very, very much. I still don't know. He has his eye on you. And when I asked who, they said me. Oh, my foot. Falling asleep. I do have the fire going. Like I said, we got creativity twice in the same conversation here. We got creativity twice. He scares me.
He scares me.
Okay. Now I feel like this could be Eugene or Charlie. Excuse me, Charlie talking. Charlie, is this you? And who scares you? Would you like me to tell them to go away? Greed.
Greed.
Greed. Gamble. Greed. Mavis, you're still a mystery to me. I don't see anything when I say the name other than it's a male. I'm feeling male energy when I say the name Mavis. Mavis, are you the one that liked to do a little gambling? Some spirits will come through and they love to talk. And then you have some that I feel like some spirits will tattle on another spirit just to get them involved in the conversation because they come forward but they don't talk. And so I feel like some spirits will kind of like tattle on the one standing next to them if they're not talking, almost like, join the conversation type of thing. And so they have to like not tattle but offer up information about them, to get them to be like, hey, this is my story, let me tell it type of thing. Desdemona. All right, well, that will be another word that we look up. Desdemona. So who said he scares me? And that might go with the Desdemona. I don't know what the Desdemona is, though. I can't ask. You're on the phone that I usually use. I don't have Siri hooked up. It's activated on my phone, but it's not voice activated like that one is. Who said he scares me? This is Charlie. Charlie, who scares you? If this is you, please answer. I'm a child.
I'm a child.
Charlie, are you the one that just said I'm a child? Or is it someone else speaking? Maybe it's Mavis. Maybe I have Mavis all wrong. But I do definitely feel male energy when I say that name. I'm not sure. It's an old spirit. Very old spirit, Mavis. Very old spirit. I'm a child. Charlie, are you the one that just said I'm a child? Before we go any further, I would like to say, Shanann, I have a question for you. And I would love to have your answer, your opinion on it. And I know, knowing Shanann, she's like we feel like everyone deserves or is entitled or whatever to have their opinion on things. However, when you start degrading somebody's source of income or their way of supporting their family, it's a little low of the belt, I think. So, the loft, the loft,
The loft.
the loft. Okay, I don't know what that means. The loft. I don't loft being above, being open. It's not it. The loft usually is one room.
Empathy.
Empathy. Yes. That is me. But the loft. I am a child. Desdemona. Don't know what that means. But we are going to find out. Okay. Who's speaking right now? May I have a name, please? And who was it that said I am a child? Or I'm a child? Who was it that said that? Was that Charlie? Possibly Eugene? I do feel that Eugene is an older spirit. I feel like older than Charlie. Definitely a male presence, and I feel like those two are either related or note of each other. Hate.
Hate.
No. We don't allow that here. We do not allow hatred. We only want love and peace and joy and happy and true and positivity. Positivity. I can't even speak. Positivity and positive. Okay? Or that could be Shanann telling me how she feels about what was said about her job. Group. What do you mean by group? What do you mean?